spend. I'm tired of the government throwing money away. It's like like a drunken sailor just throw money away and just not take that on sailors, but being a sailor myself. We've got a limit. We have got to stop. I can't spend money I don't have. I can't borrow and spend and spend and spend. It won't work. It just will not work.
I'm out here today because I'm really burdened for this country. I'm really worried about what our government is doing because we can't keep going in the direction we're going and survive. This is a great country, and freedom, like they said, freedom isn't free. I'm a veteran myself, and I just love this country, and I think this country should be preserved.
I want you to know also, the Sons of Liberty are what they called themselves. They weren't Democrats and Republicans back then. They were Americans, or not even Americans back then. They just wanted liberty. They wanted their freedom. That was what this country was all about. So I am proud of all of you because you're wonderful Americans. Give yourself a hand. Stand up and let our voices be heard from London, Kentucky, all the way to Washington, D.C. and Frankfort, Kentucky, where our state capital is. We have to tell them we're Americans and we're not going to take this anymore.
They thought taxation without representation was bad. Well, I think over taxation, even with representation, is bad. And that's, I think, what we're here for today. I've got a little handout I'm going to pass out. And again, this is not a Republican or Democratic matter. As I was speaking to the press earlier, we're mortgaging our grandchildren's future. We're spending $1 trillion. We spent $1 trillion in 40 days in January and February, and people have no idea what $1 trillion is. I've got a little handout here, but and I'm going to pass it out. But everybody knows what a $100 bill is. And a pocket full of $100, a packet that you go to the bank to get a packet of $100 bills, it's about a ½ inch thick, it's $10,000. And then if you pile up $1 million, you could walk around with $1 million basically in a grocery sack. But by the time you get to $1 trillion, and I want to show you this, the perspective of $1 trillion, it's a warehouse full of money. And we spent $1 trillion in 40 days. In this country, and it was called a bailout or a stimulus, but now I'm not sure who we're bailing out, and I'm not sure how this is going to stimulate the economy, but I know one thing, as individuals, we cannot live above our means and not expect disaster. So I don't know what the government thinks as collectively, how they plan on living above their means and not have disaster in the future.
This is the spirit of the founding of our nation. As I've stood here this morning and watched and observed its people just like you many years ago that said this is not right. We're going to stand up and we're going to change things. So I applaud you all coming out today, and in the spirit of our ancestors, in the spirit of this great nation, we're going to do something about it.